So SmackDown proved once again why it's the superior brand once more, with yet another interesting plot twist into what was perceived as the most predictable way to go to WrestleMania, which I have said in the past that while it was predictable, it wouldn't be a bad thing because so long as it's executed well. So now they took another interesting route with Luke Harper versus AJ Styles, with AJ Styles getting the win. And it looks like they're building up Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles until what happened later in the night. So, anyways, let's get to Luke Harper and AJ Styles. Like, they had a good match. Like, I was surprised that this was in the middle of the show in the first, when it reached 9 o'clock, that's when the match would start. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. I didn't expect that to happen. So, are they building something up for, like, I know Bray Wyatt's promo's going to be the main event of the slot. And but I thought Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt would encounter each other afterwards when Luke Harper got the win over AJ Styles, because that seemed like that was the match they were heading to, a triple threat match at WrestleMania. But moving on, like I said, this was a fairly good match. Like, Luke Harper was dominating most of the match. He looked like a star here. It looked like he was ready for main event time. And reportedly, there were conflicting elements going on with backstage. Like, some people say Luke Harper's ready, some saying he's not. And I feel like Luke Harper, and some say that, oh, it's Luke Harper's look. He doesn't fit the mold for WrestleMania. And I'm thinking, like, okay, now I know that's not true because they have Bray Wyatt ready for main event level. And he's going to headline the show. So, yeah, I call BS on that. And then and then as the match was going, AJ Styles got the phenomenal forearm and got a pinfall victory. However, Luke Harper got his foot above the ropes, on the ropes, so he managed to so Shane McMahon comes out and restarts the match, much to AJ Styles' frustration. So that was clearly saying, yeah, we're building up this match, this is happening. But instead, we got afterwards, Luke Harper accidentally super kicked Shane McMahon, and then AJ Styles managed to take advantage of this and ultimately get the victory. So it looked like AJ Styles versus Bray Wyatt was going to be the match, and I was like, wow, um, I'm a little surprised here. Like all this time, I thought it was going to be Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt and possibly Luke Harper. So what's going on here? This is interesting. So is Randy Orton going to stay with Bray Wyatt? Is he gonna betray him and there's gonna be a triple threat match, or is Luke Harper gonna get involved somehow and make it a fatal 4-way match? Like, those were some interesting routes they could have went with. And then all of a sudden at the end of the show, Bray Wyatt has his big promo where he calls out both AJ Styles and Luke Harper, saying it didn't matter which one it was, because they all are both just mortals while he claims he's a deity, and Wyatt proclaims that Styles would end up like all the others. He promises that. If you had told me he would say this and be WWE Champion, I would have said you were nuts because of how John Cena screwed him over back in WrestleMania 30 and how their subsequent matches later on happened. So, yeah. Um, yeah. So, anyways, so it looked like, oh, well, it looks like we're going to get this match. I'm like, it's going to be a great match. But then all of a sudden, we got Wyatt and mentions Orton is somewhere in a dark place. And Orton appears on the big screen. And Bray Wyatt, for some reason, non-characteristically says, "Hey, Randy!" Like, I wasn't expecting that line of dialogue to come out of Bray Wyatt. Like, I was expecting him to laugh and just say Randy's name and then just say, "Have you found the keys to the king? Have you found the kingdom?" And Orton is in this compound by Bray Wyatt, which we've seen before, and it's filled with worms and gnats and what looks like a rotting corpse. Yeah, they went there. Like, I know it's not really a rotting corpse, but still they implied it. And then Orton explains that how this is Bray Wyatt's world, and then he claims that it was never his. And the fans just suddenly erupt with cheers, and like, I saw it coming, like, but this is interesting. Like, what are they gonna do? The rocking chair that Bray Wyatt usually uses is moving behind Orton, and Orton says that he used to say, if you can't beat them, join them. But he has a new expression: when you can't beat them, join them, and when it's time, screw them. Orton reveals that Sister Abigail is underneath the floor of the compound, and Orton says Abigail was put to rest directly under his feet, and Orton has a pickaxe, and Wyatt stares at the big screen in disbelief, knowing that his entire family has been destroyed by Randy Orton, and Orton decides that a pickaxe wasn't fit for this kind of scenario, and Orton asks, how long has it been? How long have the maggots and worms been eating her bones? Orton says that all that is left is her wretched spirit. Orton sees Wyatt as helpless, naked, and stripped of his powers for the first time. And Orton says Wyatt's black heart is beating through his chest because he fears Orton might destroy what makes him tick. So yeah, Bray Wyatt was showing a darker element to him, like he was going crazy when Orton started to announced that he would burn the spirit of Sister Abigail to death and watch Bray Wyatt burn with it. Orton says he promises he promised allegiance to Wyatt as long as he was the master, but in a moment, Orton will be the master and Wyatt will be the servant. Orton tosses the pickaxe to the side, picks up a can of gasoline, and Orton starts dousing the walls. Orton says he's coming for Wyatt in the WWE title at WrestleMania, and Orton proceeds to continue burying the house with gas fluid, and Bray Wyatt is freaking out. He's going crazy, and then he says, "I'm gonna kill you, Randy." And I was like, "Wow, two death threats in one show." Like John Cena made a death threat to The Miz, and now he's made it, and now Wyatt's making a death threat to Orton. Yeah, I like to say that this is a PG show, everybody. You signed up for it. I'm like, yeah. I just like calling out WWE when they have this perceived that people are fragile, but when they start doing the edgy stuff and they say, well, you see, the children are still fragile. But, like, this is why I love SmackDown more, because it takes more chances with Raw than Raw does lately. Like, really, really much. And while he douses that Orton says that we're about to hear Abigail scream, and he asks if Bray Wyatt if he remembers when she screamed when she took her final breath. And Orton tosses more gas around, and Wyatt yells at Orton from his knees in the ring. Wyatt begs Orton not to do it. Orton leaves the building making a trail of gas, and Bray Wyatt is once again shouting he's going to kill Randy. And Orton strikes a match while Wyatt begs him not to do it, and he has tears in his eyes. He's about to go into a state of madness. Orton torches in the building and smiles as he goes up to flames, and Orton does his signature pose with his creepy smile. And Wyatt goes nuts in the ring and then at ringside and just acts like he's going to destroy the entire arena. Though, of course, they had only 2 minutes left, so I'm pretty sure they couldn't do that, since now it just goes to Crucially Knows Best like instantaneously when it hits 10. Orton stares at the camera as the fans chant his name. SmackDown goes off the air with Wyatt losing his mind, just clenching his face tightly, going mad, realizing that the spirit of Sister Abigail has been destroyed, and his love for her has been tainted by Orton's treachery. And boy, was this awesome. Yeah, you could say it was extremely corny, but considering how Wyatt's character is supposed to be dark and disturbing, it's something to be expected with. Now, this plot twist that they go with AJ Styles, like, I was expecting, like, AJ Styles to get mad over the fact that Luke Harper was even given an opportunity, even though he claims he still has a one-on-one contract, and Shane McMahon would also deny him of that opportunity, and they fled to a match down the road. But instead, it looks like this is what's going to happen. This is my predicted thought. That this is going to go with, since Randy Orton's going after Bray Wyatt again, and this time he's going to invoke his Royal Rumble clause. So there's 2 scenarios. Either A, AJ Styles still gets involved since he just worked a match to get it, or Shane McMahon's going to take away that opportunity to explain that, well, Orton is back in the game, so that means your match is null and void. And this will lead to the Shane McMahon AJ Styles matchup at WrestleMania. Like, there are 2 routes they could go with here, and Eric Rowan has been cleared to compete, so he might get involved in this feud. And then there's Luke Harper still waiting in the shadows, so you could say there could be a fatal 4-way Wyatt family match, would be awesome. Now, if only they somehow could get Braun Strowman, however, he's on Raw, so we could have this Wyatt family dream match. Like, this is how the Wyatt family should have fallen apart. Like they have someone join, and they eventually start to plant seeds while Bray Wyatt plays favorites. And then all of a sudden the tension mounts to an extraordinary levels, and you see it all break down. And this leads to a finality match at WrestleMania or at a pay-per-view where all the Wyatt family members eventually start to fight each other. And especially the WWE title is just an added bonus. A deserving one, but still an added bonus. So yeah, I'm excited about this. This is going to be an interesting build-up. Like, it's already been interesting enough with the plot twist how Orton relinquished his Royal Rumble clause, but now he's giving it back. Like, are they going to do a Randy Orton versus AJ Styles match on SmackDown in order to cement this status that Orton's back? Or is Styles going to be rejected of this, going to be declared null and void of his number one contendership since Orton's back in the game? I'm pretty sure they're not going to do that. I'm pretty certain that it's going to be Orton versus Styles in the upcoming weeks, and that leads to this, and it ultimately leads to Shane McMahon versus Styles. So yeah, that is my potential theory here. But ultimately, this was awesome to see. The match and the segment afterwards were just great. I couldn't believe that. Like, smile, SmackDown, you're really taking chances. Like, you just destroyed Raw with your storytelling. Like, The Miz and John Cena stole the show. Well, it looked like it, and now you have these two plot twists going on. So yeah, it's hard to choose. So yeah, this was awesome. I can't believe this is gonna happen. Well, actually, I can, but it's interesting to know that yeah, this might actually happen, and this is how it's going out. Like, it's gonna be a big plot twist here and there. I'm just hoping Bray Wyatt keeps the title after WrestleMania. I don't want him to lose it, not yet at least. They need to save that for later down the road. Especially with Luke Harper and possibly Matt Hardy, since he just recently went on Twitter saying that he knows where Bray Wyatt is from a tweet Bray Wyatt said months ago back in December. And he says that and Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy said on Twitter that he says that he is the champion of McMahon's Blues Kingdom, and he says that at least he trusts Brother Nero. So does that mean the Broken Hardys are coming to SmackDown Live? Which will be awesome, especially since they'll be given a little bit more creative freedom there. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see in the coming months, especially to WrestleMania season. This was Neo Reality Antenna. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more.